Hello Pisces, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As I do in all of my readings, I pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second, but I still have the tarot deck I'll be using, the clarification deck, and the advice deck I'll be pulling from to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me or spiritual coaching session with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Pisces, let's jump on in. In your recent past, you have cleansing with the Death in reverse. So I feel like your recent past were some changes that you weren't necessarily wanting, but that, or maybe not weren't wanting, but you could have been putting them off, or you were resisting them out of fear, or whatever the case was. And I feel like a lot of it was removing either people or situations or places or things from your life that weren't really serving you, that were bringing maybe more negativity into your life than positivity. And I feel like, it's hard when we lose things that, we don't really want to, or that we're afraid to lose, because in our mind, we often think, oh, those will never be replaced. Like things will never get better, or I'll never be happy or loved or successful since I've lost this opportunity or I've lost this person. But through the process of believing in that fear, we hold on to things hoping that they'll change, but then they don't change, and then we are unhappy, and then it's just like this vicious cycle, which I feel like maybe could have been an energy of what you were stuck in. Now in your current energy, you have take the lead with the Five of Pentacles. So I do feel like you're experiencing some loss, some lack, feeling as if you don't have what it is that you desire, what it is that you need. If there's anything that I've learned, it's that every loss is always creating space for something better to appear into our life. Now, that doesn't mean that everything we've lost is ever going to be replaced, meaning that like if you've lost someone that you really care about, I'm not saying don't worry about it, like that'll be replaced. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am trying to get at is everything that we've lost doesn't mean that we've ever lost the opportunity to be happy, loved, abundant, and fulfilled in the way that we truly desire. Sometimes it can really feel like that, but it doesn't mean that that's truly the case. Now with this Take the Lead card, I feel like this is really a period of taking your life like back in some way, shape, or form, like stepping into your power, taking your life back. And the overall theme of this reading being courage kind of really confirms that feeling for me, because it feels like this is about really stepping into your power and coming from this place of saying, I know what I need, I know what I want, I know what I deserve, and I'm done settling for anything less. And I really like that for you, because then look at what it leads to. In your immediate future, you have abundance with the Magician. I mean, this is such wonderful energy. This is literally manifesting abundance for yourself. And when we're coming from the energy of power and knowing our worth and, not being willing to settle and, showing up for ourselves in the way that we need to, then literally anything is possible. Like the possibilities become actually limitless for you. So I feel like this is a lot of needing to know that what is meant for you will never ever pass you. And you're allowed to feel however it is that you feel. You're allowed to feel grief. You're allowed to feel disappointed. You are allowed to feel however it is that you need to feel. But in the back of your mind, try to hold on to the idea that what is leaving your life is only creating opportunity for better things to appear, or for newer experiences to appear. Oh, something in my eye. All right, reset past here for Pisces, clarifying cleansing with the Death in reverse. The Death in reverse can also represent like a cycle that needs to close, but that you're having a hard time closing for some reason. So it goes a lot deeper, I think, than just the surface. I mean, it always does. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that it always does. All right, what does Pisces need to know about this past energy? There's the World in reverse, literally. Oh my gosh, a cycle that needs to close. The Six of Pentacles here is about reciprocity in your life. I feel like there has been a lack. Well, what is this referring to? Hang on. I want clarity really quick on the Six of Pentacles. Oh, I understand. Okay, hang on. Whoop. There it is. Okay. Right? Yeah. The cycle, I mean, which I could have gotten from the other cards, from it being the other way as well. I really feel like it's a cycle of not receiving. Because I said, like, it's a card of reciprocity. I feel like there's been a lack of that in your life. And I feel like that's, kind of been a theme for you, giving a lot more than you're receiving, maybe in your relationships, in your businesses, in your careers, like just being in a position where you feel like you're not being appropriately compensated for your value and for your worth, whether that's in the form of energy, effort, time, love, money, whatever the case is. And I feel like this cycle has been very prevalent in a lot of different areas of your life. And I feel like whatever was removed from your life was trying to help you close out this cycle. Because a lot of times we have a tendency to accept, less than what it is that we deserve because we think that it's as good as it can get. And so we hold on to things that don't really make us happy or don't fulfill us or don't serve us because we in our mind, we're like, well, what if this is it? Like, what if this is as good as it gets? Or what if I miss out on an opportunity of what this could be? Or, what if I end up worse off? If I do walk away or choose myself or whatever the case is. And I can tell you from experience that fear will always keep you from what it is that you are truly capable of, deserving of. All right. Past energy for Pisces. So kind of stuck in this cycle in your life. There's the Three of Swords. I feel like this experience has been very painful for you. Because I feel like you've had to, it's really hard when we give a lot to something and we feel as if it doesn't matter. We look at whether it's a relationship or a business or a job or whatever the case. When you put a lot into something and it doesn't turn out the way that you expect, it can hurt because you're going to start to go, well, if I gave this everything I had, or if I tried as hard as I could and this didn't work out the way that I wanted, well then, like, what does that mean? Am I going to ever get to where I want to go? And we could start to second guess our value and our worth and whether or not we're good enough. And I think that, what the universe is kind of showing through this experience is that this very much feels blessing in disguise type energy. Sometimes we have to lose what isn't as good as we deserve to be able to gain what it is that we truly deserve. And sometimes it can feel so incredibly painful in the moment because it can feel as if we're losing our opportunity to ever experience what it is that we desire. But again, what is meant for us is never truly behind us. What else does Pisces need to know about this past energy? So it was painful, that's for sure. And I feel like the cycle itself has just been painful because when you're giving and you're not receiving, I mean, that's going to start to make you feel taken advantage of and used and undervalued. Seven of Cups, Strength in reverse, Ten of Wands. Seven of Cups is kind of this energy of being overwhelmed with choices, overwhelmed with options, overwhelmed with like feeling a little lost. Like, what do I do now? Where do I go from here? What's the right decision for me? Now, this Strength in reverse with the Ten of Wands, I feel like kind of speaks volumes to the energy that you're in, because the Strength in reverse is very much an energy of not knowing, like, not knowing how much of a badass you are, like not knowing how deserving you are, how valuable you are, how lovable you are, and kind of second guessing your worth in some way, like second guessing yourself, your confidence, like not understanding that it's a privilege to know you, to love you, to experience your energy. And I feel like whatever this situation was, whatever kind of the universe is in the process or already has kind of removed from your life, I feel as if it added to these feelings of not being good enough. It feels as if this experience made you feel inherently not good enough. But I feel as if what this is actually showing you is that you've been good enough all along. You know, our life is a reflection of what we believe about ourselves. And if you believe you're not good enough, that you're not deserving enough, that you're not capable, lovable, all those things, you are going to experience relationships and situations and experiences that reflect that exact same energy back to you. It's not the universe telling you this is what's true. It's the universe showing you what you believe and how you feel about yourself so that you can get to a place where I feel like you're kind of getting to now, where you're able to say, no, like enough is enough. I am capable. I am deserving. And I'm done staying in places that make me feel less than that because, I have the power to choose. I have the power to leave. I have the power to believe that there's better for me. All right, what does Pisces need to know about their current energy? Oh, wait. What am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, what does Pisces need to know about their current energy? I was like, wait, that strength in reverse is in their past. Because I don't feel like you're in that energy now. I feel like you're kind of stepping into more of a courageous, like powerful type energy. Which is going to take time. Some days you're going to feel better than others. Some days you're going to feel on top of the world and you're going to feel confident. You're going to be like, hell yeah, like, I'm good. And then other days you're going to be like, whoa, I'm not so good. And that's just kind of part of it. Two of Swords. Seven of Wands in reverse. Oh, okay. Oof. I feel like this kind of aligns with what I was just saying. It's like I feel like some days you're like, heck yeah, like I'm on the right path, I'm doing the right thing, I'm making the right decisions, like I'm lovable, I'm powerful, I'm deserving, the universe has got me. And then other days you're feeling like the total opposite, like the Seven of Wands in reverse. You're second guessing yourself, you are, falling back on your truths, you're having a hard time showing up for yourself. And if there's anything that I've learned is that is completely normal. That's completely normal. It happens to me all of the time. There are days where I'm like, heck yeah, everything's great. I feel good. I'm confident. I'm deserving. I feel good about myself. And then there's other days where I'm like, oh my God, everything sucks, even though nothing has changed. I think that's just kind of part of being a human is it's going to come with waves of emotions. And it's important to understand that the way that you feel does not dictate what is true. Your feelings and your thoughts are never truths. Now, on top of that, with this Two of Swords, I think it's important for you to know that the universe is kind of giving you like a choice. Like you're at this like crossroads in your path. You can either choose to continue to show up as you have, which has obviously led to what you don't want, or you can continue to show up as the person that you say you want to be. That is something that I always have to check in with about myself is, are my decisions, are my actions, is my behavior aligning with the person that I say that I want to be, with the life that I say that I want to have? And it's hard because when we're in, when we're in struggle and we're experiencing loss and we're going through like hard times, it's hard to, really be honest with ourselves about that. But especially when we're going through difficult periods, that's when the universe is really providing us with an opportunity. Because we kind of have, people think that manifestation is something that just, you say the affirmations and, you do the vision boards and you journal enough that like eventually things are going to happen. The manifestation process is about deciding who you want to become and the life that you want to live, and then showing up for that life and for that person every single day, especially when you don't want to. And that, I think is where you're kind of at right now in like this phase of your life is like, yes, there has been, yes, there's been loss, yes, you've experienced, hard times. And, I think it's important to validate those and to say like, you are, you're deserving of more, you're capable of more and everything along those lines. but it's also about you knowing that enough to show up in that energy. It's like the universe is asking you to really step into your power to say, like, and again, and I keep getting this feeling like this is, Pisces, your time to say enough is enough. Like, I'm done putting up with this. I'm done settling for this. I'm done experiencing this. And I am now actively making the choice to choose differently for myself and to show up differently. Whether that is setting boundaries, whether that is speaking up for yourself, whether that is walking away and finally, like, telling your boss to suck it. I don't know. Whatever the case is, like, this is the time where you're saying enough is enough and you're taking back your life. Because I feel like you've been in this experience of, maybe getting screwed over and over again, or, again, like constantly feeling undervalued or not good enough. And that, I've learned, will continue to happen until you decide you're done with it. But I will also say that sometimes, you make the decision when you're ready. But I feel like this is this period in your life where you're getting to have this choice to say, enough is enough. I'm done accepting less than what I deserve. I'm done letting people walk all over me if that's the case. I'm done, not having boundaries. I'm done not being treated well. And I am only now allowing into my life people who lift me up in situations that align with my value, because that's where you start to create a better life for yourself. Current energy for Pisces. Whoa. King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. I love this King of Swords energy. King of Swords is very much about, like, it's actually my second favorite card in tarot. My first favorite card in tarot is the Eight of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords is my second favorite card in tarot because it's the energy of equanimity. It's the energy of, despite fear, despite doubt, despite insecurity, showing up consistently for yourself in the best way that you know how. And I feel like the universe is asking you to dig deep right now. I feel like the universe is asking you to dig deep into courage, into trusting yourself, into trusting the universe, and allowing yourself this energy of opening up to new experiences, like allowing yourself to believe that more is possible for you, despite what you've been through, despite what you've lost, despite the heartbreak that you've experienced. Like, that, what you've been through is not an indication of what you can experience. What you've been through and how you've been treated and the relationships that you've had to this point, that is not a limit to what is possible for you. It is a reflection of what you think is possible for you. So that's why, we're talking a lot in this reading about being able to say, like, enough is enough, like, I'm taking my power back, because that's where you're able to really turn things around for yourself. And with this Page of Pentacles and with this Page of Swords, in the combination of those two is, like, I feel like this King of Swords leads to really exciting opportunities, leads to, it's a very different energy for you. I feel like maybe you've had a tendency to be a bit of a people pleaser, or to allow people, to, like, give people the benefit of the doubt and, just give a lot of yourself out without, but accepting kind of bare minimum back. And as you step into this power, and again, it feels like it's like you're taking your life back and you're taking life into your own hands, and you're saying, I am now going to create a life that aligns with my value instead of accept a life that doesn't. Our life is we accept what we think we deserve in this life. Across the board, in our relationships, in our financial situation, in our level of success, we accept and we become complacent with what it is that we think we deserve. Until we decide to say for ourselves, this isn't enough for me, or this isn't what I deserve, or I'm capable and deserving of more, the universe will continue to provide you of more of the same. That's why right now you're having this opportunity to say, enough is enough, and make the changes for yourself that need to be made. And it's powerful energy for sure. And look at what it leads to with this Magician and the abundance here. It's hard to make changes, though. Current energy for Pisces. The Sun with the Five of Cups. Okay, I feel like you're so used to being disappointed, and maybe, like, people letting you down, or experiencing loss or lack, or just, like, you're so used to being disappointed in your life, Pisces, that I feel like it's hard for you to believe that you can be happy. It's hard for you to believe that you can really have the life that you truly want. Something that was really interesting for me whenever I started manifesting my desires, starting with like the relationship of my dreams and then the career of my dreams and then financial freedom and all this stuff, was I got really scared because I started, manifesting all these things, and there's a part of me that was going, when's the other shoe going to drop? Like, what's the catch? There's no way that things are actually working out for me. There's got to be a catch. Like, there's something going on here. I didn't know how to be happy. I didn't know how to relax into allowing myself to be happy because for so long I had been so disappointed. And I think that so much of the time we actually get so comfortable in being unhappy because we know we can survive it. You can get through disappointment. You know that you can get through loss and lack and devastation and all of the things because you've done it. You've proven that you're strong. You've proven that you can do it, that it almost becomes like a way of life. But the universe is saying you don't have to live in that reality anymore. You can live in a reality that aligns with the life that you've always wanted. But the only person that's going to come along and choose that reality for you, that's going to create that reality for you, is you. And you have to get to a point where you decide you are tired of the reality that you've been living so that you can make the decision to live a better one. And maybe you've been doing that, and maybe this is just like confirmation of like, yes, Pisces, keep going, keep believing, keep trusting yourself. Or maybe this is a sign the universe is saying it's time for you to take your life back. It's time for you to stop waiting on other people to treat you well or on other people to finally see your worth. And it's time to decide for yourself what you're worth. It's time for you to decide for yourself what your value is. But I do think that it's easy for us to get stuck in the experience of always being unhappy or always being disappointed, and that it's almost hard to believe. Like a lot of times, I'll talk about what's possible on this channel. You can live the life that you desire. You can have the relationships you desire, the financial situation that you desire. And I'll get comments from people that are like, oh, that's too good to be true. And I mean, I get it. I absolutely get it. When I was living the life of my dreams, as I actively am creating it, it's hard for me to believe that it still feels too good to be true. That's why I said there were periods of times where I was like, what's the catch? Because it's hard to believe that you can be happy when you've spent so long being unhappy. But this is like the universe giving you permission to create a life that makes you happy. That's what this feels like. It's like the universe is saying, now is your time to decide that you are deserving of being happy and taking steps to create that life, or continuing to take steps to create that life without fear of it all going away, without fear of everything crashing down. Immediate future for Pisces, clarifying abundance with the Magician. What does Pisces need to know moving forward? King of Wands. Hang on, I feel like I want to clarify this. King of Wands. This is very confident action, but I want to know. Oh, okay, 9 of Swords in reverse. 7 of Swords. Confident action into the unknown. That's what this is about. Confident action into the unknown. In order for us to create the life that we deserve and desire, we have to do things differently. If you show up in the same way every single day with the same mindset, same habits, and you do the same thing, like nothing's going to change. You're not going to wake up one day and be like, oh, yay, things are better if you're always doing the same stuff. The universe, with the 9 of Swords in reverse, this is like being scared and doing it anyway. Like taking the leap, taking a risk, choosing to believe, taking the action, moving forward with confidence, even if you're scared. If there's anything that I've learned, it's that fear doesn't go away. Anxiety doesn't go away. The unknown doesn't become, it's not all of a sudden, certainty or uncertainty is always going to be a factor. But being scared and doing it anyway is the path to what it is that you truly desire. So I feel like this is stepping into very confident action. I feel like this is like the most confident version of you I've ever seen, Pisces. I'm loving it because I feel like, when I talk about confidence, I'm not saying like you're super insecure or anything like that. But, when life hits you, like knocks you down over and over and over again, of course it's going to be hard to have faith in yourself. Of course it's going to be hard to believe that good things can happen for you. And I feel like you're kind of uncovering a more confident version of yourself throughout. It's very much step into your power kind of energy. And I feel like the more that you do that, the more that you're going to be taken to like new heights. You know, you're going to step into your power, things are going to get a little bit better. And then you're going to step into your power and then a little bit better. And it's kind of like a snowball effect that I feel you're going to kind of experience as you move forward. What else does Pisces need to know moving forward? It's the Justice. The Wheel of Fortune. And this is getting what you deserve. Finally getting what you deserve. Finally getting what you... That's what I title this reading. This is you finally getting... And you know what? This is for the Pisces collective that has said enough is enough. And that action, that energy, leads you to finally getting what you deserve. So if you're in an energy right now where you're like, I am so tired of this reality, like now is your time. Say enough is enough. Because the more that you show up with that energy, like that's what's going to create this as abundance with the magician. Like you are the magician. You are the one that creates your reality. You are in charge of the reality that you experience. When you show up for the reality that you want, that's where you create it. It's going to be scary and you're going to have to face fear and anxiety and the unknown and uncertainty. It's not easy. If it were easy, I wouldn't have a job and everyone would do it and everyone would just be happy and free all the time, right? Like it's not easy to do, but it is possible. And I feel like this is, this is really about, kind of a balance and justice. Like, you've spent all this time giving so much and receiving so little, and it's almost like you finally start to receive what it is that you've been deserving of because of everything that you've given. What does Pisces need to know moving forward? And again, if you're sitting here thinking, this is too good to be true, that's probably what's blocking you. The Chariot with the Judgment in reverse. I mean, this is, the Chariot is forward movement, like progress, success in the right direction. Then this Judgment in reverse is interesting. Acceptance of the truth. Acceptance of the truth. Because I feel like this Judgment in reverse is about you finally being like, it has to be me. It has to be me. I have to be the one. If I want a better life, I got to be the one to create it. If I want better relationships, I'm going to have to be the one to attract those. And I feel like that acceptance of truth is hard, okay? It is so hard to look at yourself and your life through the lens of truth. It is so much easier to be a victim. It is literally 1,000,000 times easier to look at your life from this perspective of everything is happening to me. It is so much easier to do that. It is so difficult to show up in your power and say, I am the creator of my life. I take radical accountability for everything that happens to me, and I'm going to show up in the best way that I know how so I can create better experiences. Now, that is not me saying that everything is your fault, okay? When I am talking about taking radical accountability for what's within your control, all I'm trying to do is get you to see that you have more power than you think, but we have a tendency to focus so much on things outside of our control that we forget that power. But the more that we direct our power back to what is within our control and back to what we can do to make our lives better, the more power over our circumstances we actually have. So it's kind of backwards, right? We search for power over our circumstances to create certainty, but then we feel more anxious and more afraid because that power is outside of ourselves. We give it away to people or to our bosses or to jobs or whatever the case is. But when we focus on what we can control, which is how we show up for ourselves, how we show up for our lives, setting our boundaries, how we speak about ourselves, the mindset that we have, how we show up in our relationships, that is going to be what creates better for you. But until you realize, like, it's got to be you. Like, you are going to have to be the one to make your life better. You're going to have to be the one to make the changes that you desire. And maybe you've been doing that, and this is just like, heck yeah, Pisces, keep doing it. And maybe you're not, and this isn't saying, like, you're doing the wrong thing. This is just saying, if you want your life to improve, if anyone is going to come along and make your life better, that person is going to be you. For the longest time, I waited. I waited for a relationship to save me. I waited for a financial situation to save me. I wanted to reach a certain level of success because I thought maybe that was going to save me. And I realized the whole time what I was actually waiting on was me. I was waiting on me finally learning my value and finally forgiving myself for my past mistakes and finally learning to show up for myself, for my health and my, both mentally and physically. And the whole time I was waiting on me. And until I started showing up for me, my life didn't change. But as soon as I did start showing up for me, my life did change. So, all right, Pisces, we are going to hop on over to the extended. This is what you need to know right now. The extended is what you can do right now to ensure you move forward in alignment with your higher self. Information for that is in the description box below. I do have one request for you, Pisces. For some reason, Aquarius and Pisces are the two signs on my channel that just don't do as well as the others. I think that in the beginning, I had a few videos take off, and it was never Pisces or Aquarius that did. And as my channel continued to grow with like more subscribers that are, watch the other signs, you guys have gotten left behind. So if you don't mind, if you could throw a like, if this video helped you in any way, if you could throw a like my way, possibly even a comment if you feel inclined, that would be so very appreciated. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing. And as always, Pisces, I wish you nothing but love and healing, all of the good things on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Pisces.